What is this? What's going on down here? It's a sheep! It's a sheep! It's a sheep! Can we get a sheep? Should we hunt a sheep? It's a sheep with a horn. Why does a sheep have a horn? I don't know. Good morning, everyone. Dave from the wee hours here, bringing back to the channel Embark. Now, we looked at this ages ago on the channel when it first came out in early access. We took a crack at Embark. It failed miserably and resulted in the deaths of all of my colonists, but I had a really good time playing it. And I know Embark has been through a lot of changes and a lot of updates since the first time that we saw it, so I wanted to sort of dip my toes back into it and see what it's up to. I love the idea of it, sort of a 3D RimWorld thing kind of going on here with a little bit of Dwarf Fortress and the multi-level thing. Long story short, I wanted to jump back into some Embark. We got to figure out where we're going to land here, and if I remember anything from Embark, which PS I don't, I know fresh water is going to be a premium, and I'm kind of digging the idea of this little lake down here that I see. Can we get a little bit closer to that? Yeah, I can pretty much park myself almost right on the shore of it. Could we get maybe even closer to that? Not quite. How about one more click and then we call it a day? What do we think of that? Perfect. Right on the edge of that lake there, but also looks like a good forested area, probably some farmable land there. I think this is going to be an excellent spot. I'm going to leave the difficulty on normal, much to my chagrin. I'm sure that will probably cause my colonists no end of grief. We should probably be putting it on easy mode. But speaking of our colonists, let's take a look at them. Jamil, April, Ella, Travis, and Melvin. Now, Jamil and April are married. Ella and Travis are also a thing. Melvin, bit of a fifth wheel there. Don't feel bad about it, Melvin. You're rocking that beard out. You're doing just fine with that. And yes, as I recall, Embark still runs on a point system for the colonists. So Jamil here, all of his traits put together, is costing me 732 points out of my potential 5,200. I could start mixing and matching and shaving and adding and subtracting and doing all of that. I will be honest, this is about my 7th time trying to record the opening of Embark. I am not going to do that because it's going to take up way too much time. I could spend a day trying to fine-tune these colonists. I think in more traditional wee hours style, we're just going to take what we've got and shoot into that. I mean, Ella's passable in jewelry making. That's got to be a really, really valuable trait, right? April's good at running, right? Running is good. People like to do running. And I will keep the little perks that we get. So we're going to land with a few rations, so we'll have some food. We're going to land with some drinks. We'll have some of that, and we'll land with a few tools. I don't really think I've got anything else that I could add to that. Let me see if there's anything that might be 199 points or less. No. Lumber stash at 200. Okay, that's really good. If we had some lumber just ready to go. Or potato seeds at 200. Okay, hold that thought. Is there one point that I could shave off of anyone? Like Melvin. Let's talk about you, Melvin, because you kind of showed up. You got this 2 couples here and you. Is there anywhere I could shave off one single point out of you? Okay, I had to fidget a little bit. I was just slightly over a few of my points. So, yeah, Ella here, not as good in jewelry making as she once was. I think that's going to be fine. 5196 out of 5200, but we've got some potato seeds. We've got a couple of tools and some food and water. Let's embark. No surprise, securing a source of food will be a priority as we land. Okay, let's just slow it all down for a second here. I'm going to slam it into pause mode just so we get an idea of what's going on. Now, where is that water that I landed besides? Is that water there? Have I just picked basically the perfect? No, it's gemstones. Oh, interesting. Those are opals. Okay, where's my water stash if I move up and down here? It should be, there it is. There it is. Okay, let's head down here. And then I'd like to see this. Wow, okay, we are going way, way down here. Let's get back up here. Back up. All right, there's some water right there. How far away is that from us? Look at me sounding like I know what I'm doing. These guys are all going to be dead momentarily. Where'd everyone go? Jamil, where are you? Oh, you're not that far away. Okay, let's go park ourselves over by the water. And actually, this is a pretty good open area to start building on anyway. Now, do I remember how to do stockpiles? I'm going to guess it's in the stockpile zone. Raw food and drink. Can we just do an everything? Does that exist? Can we do everything? Yeah, we can. An everything stockpile. I would like that to be over here. Yeah, over here is going to be our everything. So let's unpause it. They should probably, I'm going to guess, start moving everything over there. Where's the gang? There they are. There they are. Okay. What's going on, folks? Yeah, you're going to start moving things. You're a box. You are Jamil. Jamil's grabbing some stuff. Everybody's heading over there. Yeah, we're all going to go live over here, guys. Now, I'm going to go ahead and go with other colony builder ideas. We should get some food going basically immediately. Basically immediately. Now, I remember how to do that. So over in farming, forest mushrooms we can grow, or potatoes, because I got those seeds. Well, let's set this up right by the fresh water. This can be our farming area right here. And how about, I don't know how many seeds we've got, how big a plot we need, but how about that one was just potatoes, and then this one could be the forest mushrooms. So take potatoes off, and that one's forest mushrooms. So let me just check that again. Get out of that, and then this is potatoes. This is potatoes or forest mushrooms. Let's have that just be forest mushrooms. Can't find ingredient. People are working on it. We should have some seeds for that coming along momentarily. Like, what have we got over here? We failed to reserve items. What do we got? We have a forest mushroom simple meal. All right, so we have some basic food over there. Never mind. They found the food because Jamil over here is off planting. I will try to remember to mess around with people's job priorities soon enough, but I'd like to get some basics underway. Now, what we don't have around here is a lot of trees. This is not as forested as I thought it was. What happens if we go up a little bit? No, not really a lot going on there. All right, well, let's get something cut down. So how about we harvested some trees? Oh, there's a good chunk over there. All right, let's get these cut down. Get all of those cut, please. Now, Ella's off to go chop trees, but she doesn't have that one tool that we've got. Yes, you can have the poor hatchet. That's absolutely fine, Ella. You go off and do your thing. Yeah, we're over here. We're in here. You're just you're hanging out. You're watching Ella work. That is really, really mean of you. Do you think you're supervising? This would make a great hot tub. I should try and fill that with water some way. Okay, obviously I made my stockpile way bigger than it needs to be. How about some sort of... Well, what have I got in workbenches? Let's start with that premise. What do I have in workbenches? Workshops, okay. Carpenters, crafters, and kitchen. Well, we should probably get carpenters done first. Processing raw wood. Yeah, well, we're making some raw wood, so we should probably get on this. Where do I think we're going to kind of live? I'm going to put this here for right now, because I can't think of a better place to put it, and then we might come back to that later. Now, let me look at jobs. All right, so what do we got here? Jamil, you're on farming and mining. Okay, you're not on masonry. We're not doing any, but why don't you be number 3 on masonry? As I recall, 1 is lowest, 6 is highest. Please correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. You get a little bit of a boost from your strength and from your mood to wood cutting, so you can do it if you think of it. You actually should be very good at crafting, so why don't you be number 4 on that? You can vaguely cook. So sure, do that. I don't think we're hunting anything in the near future. You're not fantastic at research, not compared to a couple of these other people. Yeah, Ella is going to be the ace researcher. Yeah, definitely. I would like to get everyone on... Well, everyone pretty much is on wood cutting. And then... Now what? Just just do farming, I guess. Let's get some crops going in here. And Travis and Melvin agree about how great Ella is, but Travis has teased Melvin. Melvin is enraged. Well, Travis and Melvin, you seem to have a very complicated relationship. Where is Melvin? Yeah, you guys are just kind of hanging out, kind of teasing each other a little bit. And Jamil talks about his insomniac personality. Melvin's annoyed. All right. I'm going to go ahead and say, knowing my luck, I've picked 5 colonists who are not going to get along with each other. You're hauling some wood. Are you hauling it to the stockpile? Or are you bringing it over? Wow, you're carrying 2 tree trunks by yourself. Dang. No, I think you're hauling it over here. Good. I'd like to see that built. I'm noticing these 2 garden plots that I put up. That's 96 planted edible crops. That's got to be pretty solid. I mean, that seems like a good amount of food growing for 5 people. I wonder if I should get some more potatoes going. Do I have any more potatoes? How is this, cannot find ingredient, cannot find ingredient. Okay, I may not have any more potatoes. We may have just what we have. How are we doing on the carpentry bench over here? Okay, looks like we've got 2 more logs to bring over, and then somebody could probably get started building that. Guys, we've got logs right here. Okay, is there possibly a hauling task that you could be doing? Hauler, yes indeed there is. Melvin, you don't really do much around here yet. Why don't you be a little higher on hauling? And what else are you broadly good at anything? No, you're terrible at cooking. You're actually not bad at crafting. Let's get that in there too. And I'm going to put you on a low carpentry just because that seems handy. Same with masonry and mining. You know what? Everybody's going to be doing mining. That's kind of the way my colonies go. You may not be good at it, but you're going to do it. I'm thinking about food. Is there anything out in the area that we could get if we harvested things? I see a lot of wheat grains over here. Ooh, there's tomatoes over here. I don't want to send the gang too far and wide, though. A lot of cotton in our area. Ah, here we go. This is a little bit closer to home. Wheat grains and some blueberries. And some tomatoes. A little bit of everything. That would tie up a lot of time, but I don't want to run low on food. This patch of tomatoes, not completely 100% far away. Ooh, what's that? What's that? What is this? What's going on down here? It's a sheep! It's a sheep! It's a sheep! Can we get a sheep? Should we hunt a sheep? It's a sheep with a horn. Why does a sheep have a horn? I don't know. Let's just go see if we can get a few of these tomatoes down here. I say a few. I basically just earmarked half of the planet for harvesting. But let's see if some of the guys can get down there and do that. Are we making progress? Ah, I believe we have. Yes, we have done the workbench here. All right, now I got to remember how to do things. If I order an item, I would like planks. Yes, planks sounds very, very handy. Why don't you... Ooh, 100 seems a little optimistic. How about we try to do 20 planks? 20 planks, please. Yep, out of birch, because that's all we've got right now. Okay, somebody get on that, please. So Jamil and April are hauling over wood for the planks. Ella and Travis are off to get the tomatoes, and Melvin is fast asleep. Fair enough. I would like to see some kind of cooking station down. I mean, our plants aren't ready yet. Wow, we really don't have a lot of potatoes going here, do we? We got 3 potatoes. 3 potatoes. Maybe I should move the wood stock over here, but this is all just a work in progress. It's not like that bench is going to live there forever. Maybe it will. I don't know. But let's get a cooking thing up. I wanna make sure we have the ability to cook things if possible. We're not gonna have any kind of like refrigerated area or kitchen or anything like that, but I'd like to make sure that those are kind of available. So let's put a cooking area up here. I'm just dumping everything in the wide open, and then hopefully we'll move it around from there. Yeah, looks like we already got some tomatoes coming in. Excellent. Some tomatoes there, and still the stocks that we haven't really barely dipped into. Okay, I'm feeling not confident about food, but not terrible. There is food on the map that is within a comfortable walking distance. I say that. These guys really have to travel for this one. But yeah, we can get... Actually, it looks like we're almost done with those tomatoes. Wow, we're getting a bunch. Okay, feeling a little better about the tomatoes, and there's more nearby that I am aware of. If they wanted to get that cooking station up and running, you can't find ingredients. You can't find any crafting materials for what? What do you think you're doing over here, Ella? What do you think the game plan is? All the ingredients are over here, Ella. That's why you can't find them. You're in the wrong spot. And last thing we should get up should be the research desk. Otherwise, we're not going to know anything at all about anything at all. I'm just going to pop this one up here just so it's kind of out of the way. Again, there's no plan here. There's absolutely no plan here. I'm just dumping stuff on the ground and hoping that we'll live long enough to figure it out later. But when you guys get up, if you wanted to get on the research bench, that way we could learn new things. But the cooking station is up and running. Is there anything we can order out of this? Can we do a simple meal? Can we got tomatoes. So sure, why don't you, let's not be too adventurous here. How about you try to maintain in stock 10 simple meals? If you can do it, you can do it. If you can't, you can't. We'll figure it out. It's going to produce 2 low quality meals, and it'll rot in 8 days. Well, maybe we shouldn't even do 10 then. Why don't we just do 5? Just sort of have a rotating stock. Yeah, try and do that, please. Ah, no, I've actually created 2 different orders there. So clicking once created that order, clicking it again created the other one, and they're not making anything at all because we still have some simple meals that we landed with, so they think we've got enough. Well, in that case, let's take off the 5, and you guys can do 10. If you can keep 10 in production, knowing that they go bad pretty quickly until we figure out some kind of refrigeration, I assume, then that'll probably be okay. Yeah, research bench is done. Let's research stuff. We got a lot to go here. Okay, where's my best place to start? And immediately what I see in crafting is this unlocks wooden walls, stone walls, stairs, ladders, stone gates. That's just got to be a very, very solid one right there. Before I even go through the rest of this list, that's got to be super solid. I would like to... Not enough bookshelf space. Oh, right. Right. We need a bookshelf for that. Okay, so not workshops, engineering. Yep, space for 1 research per bookshelf. Okay, well then a bookshelf is just going to live right in the middle of the open here, sort of vaguely like that. The bookshelf is done, but I was just looking at the stockpile. Not only do we get tomatoes, we got tomato seeds. So why don't we plant these? Can I shrink this zone? Do I need to? Because it looks like I could plant tomatoes in here as well. So, unlike other colony builders, I may not need a specific growing zone for each crop. I could plant different crops in one zone. Well, in that case, why don't we put cotton, if we got the seeds for it, in that one? That seems very, very sensible. Now, not only do we have tomatoes, now we're growing tomatoes. My God, this is almost like self-sufficiency. All right, back to research. Back to that crafting. Yes, I want that. I want that very, very much, please. And let's make sure Ella is very, very high priority on that. Why don't you be number 5 on researching? Ella's planting a crop right now, and now you're thinking, Ella. Are you thinking about crafting? Because that'd be super if you did. Oh, interesting. So Ella's not hanging out at the research bench doing things, but she is thinking about it. It's a little different take on research. Knowledge is gained by researchers. Right, sure. Researchers can gain knowledge faster by examining related items. I don't know what would be related to crafting. Maybe, I don't know, one of the crafting benches or something? Or by interviewing workers who already have the knowledge. Oh, that's kind of neat. You're not just standing at a research bench all day, watching a bar tick up. You're kind of out literally researching it. You're interviewing people. You're looking at similar things. I like that, Ella. You think all you want. You're all right by me. And with those slim basics under control, vague source of food, can make some wooden planks, and we can think about things. I think that's an excellent place to call it on Embark for today. Guys, do please let me know what you're thinking of a new series of Embark on the channel. I'd really like to dip my toes more in the water of this. Ella and Travis are now rivals. Well, fantastic. I'd like to see how far we can take Embark. I'd like to actually genuinely get better at this game because I do enjoy it. It's just not without its complexities. So if you are the world's best Embark player, do please let me know some things we could be doing in the comments below. And hey, if you enjoyed the video, do please leave a like down below. It does cheer me up no end when people do that. And if you're new to the channel, maybe just checking it out for the first time, feel free to hit that subscribe button. See more of this ridiculous nonsense. Until then, I'm Dave. Thank you, as always, for joining me in the wee hours, and we'll see you next time. I'm just going to keep shooting Hildegard until she goes away, which is my response to most nuns, really. Robot, how do we rescue you? I don't know how to rescue you. I'm also not sure I ever knew you were a woman. This isn't personal, actually. I don't know any of you. I'm Space Commander Awesome, and I'm having a weird kind of day here. Were you playing with the dead guy's zither? That sounded so much better in my head than when it came out of my mouth.